apparently this is year 4 for the 2 brands that we're about to talk about with sweepstakes. But the TikTok shop thing is an extension of how overall, if you gamify a process, you're going to get better outcomes. And that's with your affiliate strategy, or that's with influencing customer behavior. But the TikTok shop side of things, where people are basically giving away Lambos for $500,000 of revenue generated, that's a great example.
Who gave away a Lambo?
Goalie.
I thought
Goalie did.
Did they do a new one?
Oh yeah, they rolled out all of them. I mean, this is how that stuff goes, right? Like they roll out the first wave of incentive programs, that goes well, and all of a sudden it's got to be bigger and bigger and bigger every time. And their new stuff is just it's mind-boggling. But
it's crazy that they went from like desperate, bankrupt to.
I mean, hot take, they're still desperate.
I still think they're desperate.
Yeah.
Giving away a Lambo.
Yeah,
is pretty desperate
for sure.
Seller supplement will give you a Lambo.
Well, it's interesting. A lot of people are fire selling products right now on TikTok Shop. It's a great clearance platform.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder, like, did Goalie just have so much inventory that they were actually just saying, no, we'll give it away at a loss. Like, we'll sell it at a loss to recoup some of this like sunk cost revenue. Because otherwise it hasn't been something that's going to generate a ton of profit. So reason I ask is sweepstakes are so back right now. They're being ran by best in class brands left and right. And one of those brands is HexClad. So HexClad ran a contest to give a $125,000 all expense paid trip to London to go hang out with Gordon Ramsay to one of its customers. And here's how you could enter. So you had to provide your name and email, and that got you 25 entries if you just opted in for email and text. But the kicker, for every dollar you spent during the sweepstakes period, you earned entries. So they tiered this out. For their best sellers, which are their cookware, every dollar you spent, you got 1 entry. For their second level of best sellers, which is kind of their accessories, their knives, miscellaneous stuff still within the kitchen, you got 2 points, 2 entries for every dollar you spent. So it's tiered out by which ones they need to move more of the product. And then for their worst selling products, which is like their apparel, their hats, stuff like that, aprons, 3 entries for every dollar that you spent. Nah, my HexClad's free, Playboy. So what's so fascinating about this strategy is during Q3, every e-commerce brand goes through a slow period. Everyone who has any sort of large ticket, average order value, HexClad, for example, their number one selling SKU is $700. It's a full cookware set. So that's a big purchase for a lot of people, and they're probably saving up for the Black Friday deal. So the question becomes, how do you activate people during Q3? How do you not have a slow couple of months during that time? Well, you see that Amazon has tried to mitigate this with Prime Day. They have Prime Day in July, they have Prime Day in October, because they understand that those are slow months before Black 100%. Friday, Cyber Monday. So what HexClad did, and what all these sweepstakes brands are doing, it's so brilliant, is during that down quarter, they're running a gamified competition. And so the stakes for this competition are, you get to go to London, hang out with Gordon Ramsay, go through a cooking masterclass, go to all of his best restaurants, including the grand opening of his new restaurant. And for all of that, all you got to do is just buy some cookware. And so the incentives become, okay, spend more money, get more entries, get more chances at this dream scenario. But most importantly, it coincided with Prime Day. So they ran the sweepstakes during the same time that they also had an offer live.
I love that.
So it's not brand dilutive to run an offer during Prime Day. It's not like you're desperate. If you're running, Memorial Day sale, you name it, right? There's all sorts of incentives to run an offer, but particularly during Prime Day, you're giving people a lot of reason to buy. You're saying, hey, here's a good discount on our products, act now. And so by running the sweepstakes, they're building in both incentives and urgency to drive purchases during that time. And as a result, their ads that ran with the sweepstakes messaging outperformed their regular by double.
Wow.
By 2x. Think about how massive that is for a brand at HexClad scale, doing over $500 million. And they unlocked double their ROAS on this competition. So it's just crazy how effective it was.